There's been a lot of push on AR devices lately, and while it might feel like hype for no reason, there actually is some good use cases for AR or augmented reality, and there's gonna be even more in the near future. So in today's Decodr episode, my explainer series here on the channel, I wanna talk about and even show you some of those use cases. So firstly, shout out to XREAL for partnering with me to make this video. We'll use their new sunglasses-inspired XREAL Air AR headset that is out now for way less than any of the other comparable AR headsets to show some of those use cases in a bit. But really quick, let's just talk about what AR even is. Now, the term augmented reality was first coined by Boeing. Yes, the airplane manufacturer, back in 1990. A researcher named Tom Caudell and his colleague David Mizell were asked to come up with an alternative to the expensive diagrams and marking devices that were used to guide workers on the factory floor when building airplanes, specifically doing the wiring for those airplanes. Now, they proposed that instead of using the large plywood boards, which contained individually designed wiring instructions for each plane, they could use a head-mounted apparatus that would use some form of high-tech eyewear and project each plane's specific schematics onto multi-purpose reusable boards instead. Now, these could then be worn by the worker and altered much more efficiently through a computer system. Essentially, though, in a nutshell, if virtual reality takes you and puts you into a virtual world, then augmented reality, or AR, takes virtual items, whether those are sounds or visuals, and puts them into the real world with you. Now, according to a case study from 2021, Boeing, using a version of Google Glass, an enterprise AR headset that was originally launched in a small developer-only program back in 2013, gives their technicians line of sight and voice instructions for wire harnesses, see what I see abilities when they need help from someone else remotely, barcode scanners with the camera on the headset, etc. And all of this to be able to put their planes together more efficiently. The result? Well, according to Boeing, they were able to reduce error rates to 0 and cut the wiring harness production time by 25%. And when those wiring configurations can add up to tens of thousands of hours of work each year, that's no small number. Now, the enterprise and manufacturing use case of AR is being used actually by a lot of companies all over the world already. From schematics like the Boeing scenario, and even GE is doing something similar, to order picking assistance for shipping with companies like DHL, to assembly assistance, and even Johns Hopkins has used AR glasses to project images of the patient's internal anatomy like bones and other tissues based on their own actual CT scans to give surgeons X-ray vision during their procedures, basically. And BMW uses it in their vehicle prototype engineering process to swap true-to-scale parts on a vehicle body, for instance. They even claim it sped up certain processes by as much as 12 months, since they don't have to create new test setups with every change. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. You can kind of easily see, at least start to see, how AR can be useful in business scenarios like this. But what about for consumers? Well, while it may not be the most productive use case, I feel like it's probably the one that most people have personally used to experience AR already, and that's gaming. Now, even if you didn't play it, you undoubtedly heard of Pokemon Go.
We're back now with something that may explain any odd behavior you've seen on the streets recently. The smash hit mobile game app Pokemon Go has only been out for a few days, but it's already got millions following their smartphones to the most random places.
The app, published by Niantic in collaboration with Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, became hugely popular in 2016 when it launched and was downloaded over 500 million times. The game used your mobile phone's GPS and camera to put virtual creatures called Pokemon in the real world based on your location. It was credited with popularizing location-based AR technology en masse, promoting physical activity while gaming in the form of walking, because you had to physically go places to find specific Pokemon, and even helped local businesses with the increase in foot traffic in some situations. Now, you can take this a step further and use the XREAL Air glasses and plug them into your phone, whether it's an iPhone using their XREAL adapter and the Lightning Digital AV adapter from Apple, or the included USB-C cable to connect to an Android device and mirror your display on the full HD micro OLED displays with a 46-degree field of view inside the glasses. So you can open a game on your phone and then have it projected in front of you in an equivalent of up to a 130-inch screen. Now, this also works well with Xbox Cloud Gaming, and since it can use an HDMI or USB-C cable, you can also plug in a Nintendo Switch or a Steam Deck and have a much larger screen for playing while traveling, or you can even plug it into an Xbox or a PlayStation and have a larger screen than your TV, unless you have a 130-inch TV. Then, I mean, good for you. I live in New York. I don't even have a wall that big, so. Now besides gaming, AR can also be used for productivity by, again, taking something from your iPhone or Android phone and giving you a much larger display, but also your computer even. Now imagine being able to put on some glasses like the XREAL Air and edit a video on a much larger screen instead of carrying one around with you, obviously. The XREAL Air actually only weighs 80 grams or so, and they managed to do that partly by offloading the processing and battery to whatever you plug them into, instead of trying to put all that into the glasses themselves. Now, this is also partly how they managed to get them to be much less expensive than other AR solutions. You can check them out at the link below if you're curious. Now, you probably also see how this technology can be used for watching movies from your various favorite content sources like Netflix and YouTube, Hulu, Disney+, HBO Max, etc. And the XREAL Air has its own built-in speakers that are super linear and even have a bass enhancement algorithm to give you more of an IMAX-like experience. So, larger displays is a benefit of AR, but what makes them more useful and more AR-like, in my opinion, is to be able to spatially anchor those displays in the world around you, and even have multiple displays. So again, with the XREAL Air, you can use AR mode using their Nebula app either on an Android phone or with an M1 enabled MacBook. There is an iOS app apparently coming soon though. And you can use that to put up to 3 desktops for your Mac or multiple browser windows, for example, on Android in the space in front of you and even around you, and move the screens closer and further, resize them, and when you turn away and turn back, they're still there. And it's that spatially aware part of it that's actually kind of cool. Now, we've also seen other AR glasses like the now discontinued Focals by North, which was bought by Google in 2020, that put turn-by-turn directions in the heads-up display and even notifications from your phone like a smartwatch would. Now more expensive and bulkier headsets start to add outward cameras and controllers and hand tracking and all sorts of other stuff, and that also opens up other possibilities, as you can imagine. But for now, these are probably the most common use cases. Now, as the technology matures and we can get that hand tracking and outward cameras and use that to interact more naturally with the items that we see in AR, and can get those into less bulky headsets, and ultimately be able to pin them to places or things in the real world that would then always be there when you looked at it. You put a virtual display next to your bed with the weather on it, and it would always be there whenever you put the glasses on and looked over there. And maybe you have a large ultra-wide monitor always above your laptop on your desk. Maybe even interactive controls for things in specific restaurants you visit to order food from, or your car speedometer in the corner of your vision whenever you get into your car and the glasses connect to it automatically. You get the idea. Now, all of that will require things to get a lot less expensive and also look more and more like real glasses. But personally, I have to say I'm more excited about this and the idea of AR than I am with virtual reality at the moment. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always appreciate hearing from you guys, and shout out again to XREAL for partnering with me to make this video. If you want to check out the XREAL Air glasses, they're on Amazon at the link below. But there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed this Decodr episode. Thanks for watching. Motorcycles, trucks, highway. I work on a highway. I basically do this in the middle of a highway in my own studio. This one motorcycle just won't go away. Things just circling the building. Helicopter? Maybe? Not just ground traffic, it's air traffic too. Truck, and then he turns around and goes back the other way. What? Your computer even. Truck! I'm realizing it's rush hour. Right now it is rush hour, and that's a problem for the highway that I work next to. Start up the truck right here, right next to the studio. Yay. Helicopter. I think. Or plane. Maybe a jet engine propelled blimp. Who knows?